I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it.
What?
Get some help.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You blew it!
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into Hatewatch, the show where we take movies that I love and have Chuck take a shit on them for your pleasure. I am SithLordFelix, your host, here with the amazing Valentine. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. And I am here with Greg the Great. How are you, buddy?
Doing all right, Felix. How you doing?
Good. Hopefully better this time around when I'm actually recording the fucking thing.
Yeah, hit record this time.
Yo, my God. Thank God we didn't do this like halfway through the movie and I figured this out. Holy shit. That pause button is a motherfucker. It's a new feature on here where you can pause the recording. Oh, easy to forget that you hit it, though. All right, so... yeah... Well, I guess we'll just jump right into it. The movie that we're going to be watching today is called Sing Street, a movie that Chuck nor Greg have heard of until today. And I'm pretty sure Greg will at least like it.
You don't know that.
I don't know that. I think. I did, you know, this is my prediction. We'll see how true it is.
I predict.
Yeah, thanks, Charlie. Don't let for not letting Felix speak for me, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure, right? Yeah. How dare I assume?
How dare you?
Chuck's gonna give it a 1 out of 10, I'm sure. So we'll see.
You don't know that.
I don't know that.
No, we kind of do.
We kind of do at this point. So, let me see. Let me add this. All right. And boom. All right, you guys haven't seen this?
Haven't seen it. Never heard of it.
I just want to say the unrecorded intro was much funnier, Felix.
Yeah, the first take was way better.
Promise it was a lot better, guys. Just imagine a better intro, okay? And it'll be all right.
A likely story.
Chuck's already shitting on it. Here we go.
No.
Emotional damage.
Why he hates them.
I was just reading. I wasn't criticizing.
Why are you gay?
Porn star entertainment.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
All right, how many fucking... All right, we get it. Oh, it's Irish, so if Chuck doesn't like it, he's in it.
Well, I'll tell you right now.
Oh, can I interrupt Charlie? What Charlie's going to say is that he hates the subtitles.
Oh, I should take the subtitles off, right?
Yeah, take that. Do me a favor, get rid of those subtitles. Thank you, Greg. You're right. 5 minutes into it, I'd be like, all right, do we really need that? Let's get rid of that.
Yeah, right.
The hating has started.
Very, very good. Very good call.
But yeah, I'm gonna be. I'll tell you right now, it's because this is an Irish movie. I'm gonna be extra hard on it.
Okay.
So what am I looking at right now? What is this? Some gobshite sitting in his room playing guitar?
He's repeating what his parents are saying. He's just singing it.
Wouldn't share a mortgage, I would leave you.
Show an enormous increase. Many take the boat with barely enough money to survive.
Oh. Oh, the brother never showed up to play a solo.
Right.
They're asleep. It was the gig.
Great. Thanks for not being there. Thanks for not showing up to jam.
Oh, he showed up with a girl, though.
Need your help.
That's true. He's already winning.
We're all set. We just need a
Last show to England, just the two of them. Really? With whose money?
She has her photographs.
That's like their LA.
Demo tapes and videos. Let's go.
That was a thing for decades. I don't think that's a thing anymore, right? Like people wanted to go to LA.
Yeah.
Not at least not like back like before when we were young. That was like the destination, you know.
Yeah.
I'll see you, Mom. I love you.
I used to do that for my older brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You rebel.
I think it's
No.
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 No. Oh, that dropped like a point or two automatically. That ending.
oh shit. Damn.
I agree.
Okay.
That end. Yeah.
Let's watch The Chosen, guys. All right. Anyway.
That ending
Oh.
automatically, Greg is right. That ending
Wow.
automatically brings it down a lot.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. I thought it was them sailing into their uncertain future. It was a little on the nose, but I didn't hate it. But okay, all right. You guys didn't dig the ending. All right. Chuck was quiet for most of this fucking movie, which is rare.
Yeah, because you know what? I didn't want to nitpick, because I feel like maybe last time I was getting a little too worked up and I didn't want to like step on anybody.
Oh, making the show interesting. Yeah, God forbid. But no, you do. But anyway, now is the time to nitpick, motherfucker. So let it rip. What do we got here?
Oh, yeah, I did not like this movie after the first 15 minutes. I wasn't sure, but yeah, by the middle of the movie, I was like, oh, maybe if I was 13, maybe I'd have a little bit. I give it like, it has some charm, so I'll give it some points for that.
Okay.
But like you said, it was very on the nose on a lot of scenes, not just the ending. And maybe if I was younger, I would enjoy the
Appreciate
ride
it more.
a little more. Yeah. But all in all, I felt it was pretty stale, honestly,
Really? Okay. All right. Greg, where are you at?
Yeah, so I gave this movie the benefit of the doubt, so like that's gonna increase the points on my end. The reason why is because it was. I do find that a lot of the movies were like too on the nose, and I didn't like the ending. I don't know, Felix might disagree, but I also think that the movie it's probably meant for a younger audience, for a younger audience that won't find it as much on the nose as we do. That like if that makes any sense, like an audience that knows less or that is just getting introduced to like maybe music, or maybe is interested in music or bands, or just like being like a teen or something like that. It has a lot of like the things that like most movies have, like the girl interest, the bully, the kind of like coming of age where you're like awkward to like this cool thing. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt a lot, and it's there are, like Charlie mentioned, there are things that in the movie that I like that were like charming and stuff like that. But overall, as like from my like somebody like my age and everything, I'm not gonna hate it. I'm not gonna hate it, but I think it's not meant for me. But there were a lot of things that I like. Again, let me give it the benefit of the doubt on something else. I think they did a lot of things right. Like for example, like I mentioned somewhere in the middle, that I was like, oh, there's definitely a movie that I would like have, like mention to my son and have him watch and everything, because there were a lot of things that like how the older brother, like how he got him into like music and into like videos and like the knowledge he had him. I think there were a lot of things that were cool about that that were not, or that maybe it might be a little bit on the nose, but it's like, oh no, but it's kind of the way that it happens for kids that take kind of like that route. As a matter of fact, even like everything from like they had like a broken family, the girl was like an orphan, like all of that, like it's very um in general, like even in real life, it could lead, not always and everything, but it could lead to a lot of like creativity or rock and roll things, or like for a lot of reasons, including like when you don't have a parent, you have time to explore. Maybe you might not like, you also have time to get into trouble, which is like a bad thing, but also like, I think there were a lot of things about it that did catch me, and I thought that my favorite character was the brother, the older brother,
Older brother.
for many reasons, yeah. So
Okay.
again, giving the movie the benefit of the doubt, I'll give it. Oh, are we doing ratings? Not yet, right?
Well, you know what? Bust out the ratings out of 10. What are you thinking?
Um, no, but Charlie didn't give a rating yet. Why don't we hear what you have to think about this first, and then we talk about ratings?
Okay, okay, fair enough. All right, fair enough. And then I'll bust out the rating. All right, then we'll go back. All right, so upon rewatching it, especially with it, I will say that the movie like went down a couple of points, on rewatch.
Mhm.
Uh, but I think I'm with you more, Greg. There's still a lot to enjoy. There's a lot to appreciate. I think the band and the dynamics of the band I thought were like the strengths of the movie. I liked the older brother a lot as the mentor. The stuff that everything going on in the background. I even I like the payoff at the end with the bully. End up becoming the roadie. I thought that was a cool little thing. I even like the I like the teacher. I like the priest or whatever, the father Baxter, brother Baxter, whatever his name was.
Mhm.
So yeah, no, I was definitely there are things to take away from it, but I think um the songs I like the songs more when it first came out, but I get listening to them now. I think they're a little bit more dated, although I still enjoyed a lot of the songs in there.
I
Some of it some of it now comes across as movies for music from the 2010s trying to sound like 80s. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have that genuine. Although that first like maybe like the first one or two songs had that did were able to capture that 80s vibe a little bit better. Am I crazy or what? What do you think?
No, I agree. The first two songs started out strong, especially with the ones that the kids were writing as their original band songs. And then slowly, like, they just fell off and sounded very 2016-ish. Yeah, very 2010. And that's fine. And I just did not like the last slow song at all. And I feel like that song even slowed down the movie. Like, if they're going to do this, like that scene where they decide to play, they really should have shortened the song just to keep the movie going
Give us
because
just
there
a
was
verse
no
and a hook.
payoff. Yeah, because I thought little Kate Bush was gonna walk in then. You know what I mean? She doesn't walk in until like later. You know what I mean? So it's like during that scene they're playing the song, the slow song, and they're showing her a montage of her in her room sitting on the bed looking at pictures or whatever girls do.
Yeah,
And I'm
right.
just like, okay, they should have just tightened that up a little bit because the slow song I understand in the story the band chooses to play a slow song, but that the fact that they played the full slow song in the movie definitely
It's like
deterred it right there, big time for me anyway.
trying to buy some extra minutes for the runtime or something.
Yeah, they should have tightened that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my 2 cents about the songs, I feel similar. Like I liked a lot of the songs, like especially like the earlier ones. Like honestly, like I thought it was like cool and everything. It's just like there were a few songs that threw me off. Some of them that were like too on the nose, and the scenes were too on the nose, and the songs were too on the nose. Like at the same time, I feel like there were like two. It could have been the slow song. It could have been like one of the videos that if the two scenes would have been different, like when he was like imagining like the whole like
Oh,
the
the drive
video
it
was
like you stole it scene.
like an American school and everything.
Yeah.
Like there were like two scenes. That was one of them that they could have either like done it differently or omitted it, and it would have raised like a point for me or something.
For you, I one of my
agree
favorite scenes.
100%.
One of my favorite scenes of the movie. That's but you know, I guess
Oh, so that's one of your favorite scenes.
I like that drive it like you stole a scene. I like that sequence. You know, like for me, it was just like this was everything that the kid wanted. This is how he wanted life to be, almost. You
Right.
know, and yeah,
Everything was
again,
almost perfect in like when the video was going on. I
yeah,
get.
yeah. The girl came in. His brother was clean cut and had a bright future ahead of him riding his bike. His parents were together. You know what I mean? And then his brother came and stood up for him and fought
Yeah.
the guy for talking to the girl like that. And blah blah blah. You know, all that stuff was
I
kind of
love
cool.
the intent. I just like the execution at the. I think it could be
Execution
better.
could have been better. Yeah, yeah. And you know, and I
Yeah,
have a soft
they
spot for the
shortened
song.
it. Yeah.
Okay, okay, fair enough. All right, so fuck it. Let's hit it. I'll start with my ratings. I think on this go round, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It's a C or C minus for those. What about you, Greg? Where are you at?
I'm between 5.5 and 6, which to me so far I'm thinking like 5 or above is like rewatchable.
Passing. Okay.
Yeah, it's like rewatchable. So it's not necessarily like C and above is rewatchable. So far like and again, like I mentioned last week, I just want to give some cushion, some space for like really good movies or classics or something like that. So 5.5 or a 6. It could have been a 7 or 7.5 if I wasn't turned up by a few things. But again, you know what? Let me give it. I said 5.5 or a 6. I'm gonna say 6.
Okay.
Because I got to give it the benefit of the doubt that I think a younger me would have really enjoyed it. You know, like
Yeah.
some inexperience and everything, and like or being like really impressionable and everything. I think this is the movie that I would have enjoyed when I was like really enjoyed when I was younger. So
That's actually a good point, Greg. Yeah, because there are times where I'll watch a movie and I'll be like, if you can find the 12-year-old or 15-year-old Felix that's still, you know what I mean, or like tap into like that those vibes somehow, you know what I mean, like I definitely give it a plus, you know.
yeah,
You know, and yeah, this is like same thing. If I was like maybe you know like a teenager or something, I would probably vibe with this a lot more, you know.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, why are we delaying here? What out of 10? What do you give this movie?
Let's see. To be fair, I think both of you guys make a good point. If I was younger, I definitely probably would have been a little more into it with those, fresh eyes. I'll give it a point because it does have an overall charm to it, right?
Yeah.
And if I was younger, I'd probably be into like, even the love story of it. Oh, he got the girl that's sailing away. But I do feel like the ending falls really flat. I do feel like some of that stuff was so like just a little too on the nose. I know I said that
A little too
before, but it
Disney.
really was. You know
I
what I
think
mean? Even
I
the
heard you say
family
that.
divorce thing,
Oh,
like I was like, oh, they threw that in there just to give him that little extra layer of fucking struggle. Like, oh, okay. Could I give it one more point for anything else?
the music. What did you think of the band? You know, like I like the
No, see,
bandmates. No, you didn't have a problem with them, or did
well,
you?
I would have liked almost more of the band. Almost, I would
Right.
have liked
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little less love story, a little more of the redhead kid who was the brains of the operation. It would have. We didn't get any dialogue from the drummer. We got like just a few lines from the cowboy bass player, little
Right.
dude. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
true.
There,
That's actually a
there
good
was a
point.
lot there that
Yeah,
could have been explored.
It's actually a really
right.
good
I
point.
felt we could have gotten more of like a bandy type to group movie instead of just more singling out this one kid and the love story. You know.
Right,
I'm
right.
not against a love story. I think actually the love story was a good thing. But I do agree with Charlie that we
Yeah,
could have done more of the band, like why they bonded or how they bonded or something like
Yeah.
but like I understand that like you can't get into everything like in a movie and make it like as far as like time goes and everything. I really want to give this movie like a 7.5, but like I'm too mature for that. It feels it's weird.
Yeah, no. You know what? I think
Good
I
point.
think
I'll definitely I'll put it this way: with my rating that I said is a 6, I still like I'll recommend this movie to my son. I want him to watch it, and I think he'll relate, and in a lot of
probably
ways.
like it more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's probably the audience that that this movie was going for when it was created.
yeah. The
Yeah.
tween, right? Maybe young adult, mid, young 20s, maybe. All right. Well, you know, you're keeping us in the don't sugarcoat
Oh
it.
yeah, sorry.
Hey.
Yeah, I guess I'm at stuck at 2. I'm stuck at 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna try to. I wanted to give it a 3, but you said something before that I was like, oh yeah, that's a really good point. Even though this is Irish casted, looked like it was filmed in Ireland. This movie was very British to me too. I know that might sound a little weird, but
Oh, because I said anarchy in the UK.
not because you said that, but that was a good point because that was something that was kind of lingering halfway through, and then when you said that, it just kind of clicked in me. It has that little bit of a very British undertone to it in the writing. If anybody out there knows what I'm
Yeah.
It
saying,
wasn't authentic enough for you as an Irish man.
a little. It's
Okay,
missing.
yeah, I wouldn't know. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
wouldn't know either.
yeah. I'd have to take your word for
But I like the Irish though.
it. Yeah, I think Irish people are cool. We got the best one in the house.
Yeah.
But so 2 out of 10. I thought you were gonna get it somewhere in like the 4 or 5 range, man.
No, I
was
really
like,
didn't like this movie.
okay, geez.
And even if I was 13, I probably would have liked it more. But even then,
a 4 out of 10.
yeah, really, because even at 13, they would have lost me with the Disney dance
Fair enough.
dream
Okay.
sequence. That would
Should've
have
done the
taken me
war
out even
movies.
then. You know what I mean? Because then I have 3 sisters growing up. I'd be like, what am I watching? Grease all of a sudden? Like, what is this now? Annie?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know
all
what I
right. So
mean?
you, but you watch Grease though.
I do love Grease, but I know what Grease is about. Yo, Grease is a Broadway musical.
Turn that into a short.
No, because this is not a
Grease is
Broadway
all
musical.
right. I'm sorry.
Grease,
Grease
from
is
beginning
so
to
fucking
end,
overrated.
was a Broadway show turned into a movie. This is a movie trying to take itself so seriously, and it's very British. It's very English for an Irish movie in the dialogue and shit. So this is not, coming from that school. So it's like, what was this then? It's Disney. Is it, the ending that
Pretty
the
sure it's
boat
not
goes
Disney.
black?
Let's talk about some things like that I think I liked. Like I think there were like a lot of like cultural references that were like maybe a little on the nose with Duran Duran and The Cure and all that, whatever. But it was, but it showed like kind of like the direction that they were trying to take, which I think it was a solid one. And even like they were trying to play it off like, oh, we don't like you don't really know where these bands are going, but this is like what's cool right now, kind of thing.
Right.
I thought that was cool. I thought the like the wardrobe, the costume, whatever you want to call it, the setting, it was like very 80s. I thought that was really cool. I thought like I thought they did it right. Like I didn't think I don't know. Yeah.
But
Actually, I didn't like that about the movie either. And because I felt like those references to like Aha and The Cure and all of those things were just to get the audience to be like, oh yeah, I remember that song, and like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? It's like I remember dancing to that song and air guitaring to that song. It was a little
wrong,
too much of that.
And that's bad. Why? I mean, like,
no. So
because I feel like they did it.
They did it too much.
Overkill on this movie with that.
What were you gonna say, Greg?
It's overkill for us. No. So I'm following Charlie. So I get what he's saying. It's overkill for us, but a younger like audience might be getting introduced to these bands. Maybe not by this movie, but they like they have the Pink Floyd T-shirt. They're all talking about reference to Duran Duran. Like, oh, I've heard about this, or like, and they may be getting influenced and getting to know these bands from an era that was literally like 40 years ago, 35, whatever years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's too much on the nose for us. It's too obvious and everything. But it may not. And this is something that keeps repeating, like, you know, through like a cycle that keeps repeating every decade, every like 20 years. Like, for example, like right now, kids are into 90s music. You know, and no, but like
that's how it goes.
Yeah. So a lot of people are getting introduced to like these 90s band. A lot of the younger kids and everything.
Yeah, and that's cool. I am on board with that.
And think about it, because like the kids in this movie didn't have nothing to do with the 80s, but they were pretty convincing. And I'll tell you what, I think that the lead boy was like the weakest out of everyone in the crew. Like the way out of all the actors or whatnot. I mean, I did like him. You know, I don't want to. I'm not trying to shit on the guy. I thought like I did like him, but I thought like the other characters they gave better performances.
Yeah,
and they seemed more legit. I don't know. What were we gonna say, Greg?
So I see where you're coming with it. I don't think he may not have been like the strongest. Like I said, my favorite character is the brother, right?
Yeah.
I think for the lead character and leading the band and having the love story and all these other things, I thought it was well played by him. Like I thought the way he played it was what that it was supposed to be. Like, you know, kind of like I don't know, like a bit more subtle or more complicated.
Yeah.
So I actually I like his performance, even though I know where you're coming from, because I also think that it wasn't like kind of like in your face kind of performance.
Yeah.
But I liked it though.
Wasn't Oscar worthy, but you know, I could have definitely taken more or I would have liked to see more of like the rest of the band. I think that we definitely touched on that earlier. Maybe I think Hustle and okay. What's better, Chuck? Hustle and Flow or Sing Street?
Sing Street.
Hustle and Flow.
Easily Hustle.
Really?
Bro, this is an objective answer.
Hustle and Flow. Hustle and Flow is a dope movie.
It's a much better movie, bro. What is the matter with you?
Yeah.
Sing Street, really?
Sing Street at least had charm, and if anything, we all in agreement that this is more like a youngsters movie, 13 to 16. You know?
Yeah.
Hustle and Flow
movie. Hustle and
has
Flow.
zero charm.
Enjoy it.
Zero charm. You're wrong. That movie definitely had charm, and it had like a really cool story, and again there was like great scenes. As
really,
me as like making
this is where I know we're comfortable in our friendship, because I'm gonna call you out right now. Really, Hustle and Flow.
That motherfucker's dead.
Yeah, right. No, wait. No, I'm sorry. No, say that again. Finish your thought. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead, Greg.
No, it's hard out here for the pain, Charlie.
It's hard out here, man. Whoop that trick. Get him.
No, I was just busting your balls when you said Hustle and Flow had charm. Felix.
Yeah, I thought so. No, I thought it had a little. It didn't have the charm of Sing Street, but there was an appeal.
What was
to
charming when one of his hoes said, "Oh, you want me to go out there, Daddy, and pop my pussy?"
That was the best part, and then he kicked her out with the baby or some shit.
So charming.
You go to hell for all I give a fuck. Remember that?
I thought Hustle and Flow was a great movie.
Fucking great movie, man.
I think that there was like a lot of like kind of like corny moments or something, but it was like that. I think it was actually like realistic in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like it was a movie, but it was realistic in a lot of ways, you know.
When I saw them making the beat and like doing that shit, like again, you know, that's what appeals to me, seeing like how they can make it appear like they're writing shit or making the track, laying down the track. And I was in this scene, you know, with an NPC just like that, that white dude. So I used to have to make hip hop beats with the rappers and stuff and try to do this, you know, like and they kind of caught that vibe. And that's really cool. You know?
I think it's more realistic that people that don't have the experience that you had or like were immersed into hip hop. I wish I was like growing up and everything. It's more realistic than a lot of people that were not like in that scene kind of thing thinking it was. Yeah, if that makes any sense. Like even like how like it was a little corny at sometimes and everything. It's like actually it's usually not the coolest or whatever kids that start making hip hop and everything. It may turn into the coolest,
Yeah.
but it's not. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I wrote this down, but there was a line that was like I thought it was really cool, and Charlie's just gonna shit on it right now because it like
Do
says,
it.
he was like, "Oh, much like a musical instrument, it doesn't like it if it doesn't get used."
You talking about the boat, right?
Yeah.
You know about that girl's pussy, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, it could make. I mean, it's poetic, so that could
Yeah.
be a reference if you want. If you like, I mean, that says more about you, about like your mind went there, Charlie.
Yeah,
That's true.
exactly. I know. Such a scumbag.
Yeah. Freud would have a field day.
Other than
Alright, so we ended up watching a mid-ass movie. Some of us liked it, some of us hated it, some of us were in between. I guess, and honestly, I think we're all in between. Well, no, I'm sorry. Me and Greg are in between balance.
Yeah, but I'm
I am
leaning towards
positive,
like positive,
right?
even
Yeah,
though
yeah.
it's
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Chuck, however, I think we need to change his rating system to 1, 2, or 3. That's it. There's no more.
It'll be the same thing because this will be like a
1
or 2 or something.
Yeah, this is a 0.0. This is 0. No.
Yeah, because I also didn't like the line when the lead singer kid, was I don't know, talking to his John Legend friend, like the guy who was trying to be like John Lennon. It was like, oh yeah, something about the song lyrics. He's like, so what's the song about? The little red, the 3 kids are talking, the redhead, the kid with the glasses. Anyway, the lead singer kid was like, I'm talking about, the song's about standing up for myself against the bullies and the rapists in this world that I just can't escape. And I'm just like, a line like that? What fucking Englishman wrote that line?
No, but you know what? I gotta push back on that.
I'm not so torn as you guys, as much as like I really didn't like it.
No, fair enough. But I'll fight back on that because
the rapist. What is he talking about?
Yeah, because
he's talking about the Somali pirates that invade Ireland. What are you talking about?
No, but listen. When I was that age, I could see myself going to some because his point was ridiculous. All right, just to be clear, his point was ridiculous. Whatever he said, all these rapists or whatever that line, that was a stupid point. It made no sense. I 100%.
That was definitely forced.
This is like a stupid antsy teen line. That's something like a stupid teenager would think.
Mm-hmm.
They think they're so oppressed and life's so hard and this, that, or the other. You know what I mean? He was having one of those moments.
Yeah. No, but the writer, that felt like such a crowbarred line to me. That the writer, the director, the producer, somebody on the set was like, "You make sure these lines are in. Make sure these 3 lines get said." It's like, all right, you're so fucking high and mighty. Get off your shit with that line.
I give this movie a lot of benefit of the doubt because, like I mentioned before, and Felix mentioned, I see myself being really into this movie, a younger me being really into this movie. Before it's like I just like not like a lot of people like to call it like jaded. It's not that I'm too jaded. It's just like you just learn and it was much simpler to me because I've had so much like my life experience, But I definitely see a younger me saying watching this movie. I definitely see a younger me watching this movie like by myself and keeping it to myself. I don't want other people to like it.
Yeah, right. Don't let everyone know. I
Which
like
is
this.
That like happens at around that age, the age of like.
I like Star Wars, but don't tell anybody. Mm-hmm. But one minor nitpick though is like, how the fuck did these guys get like they wrote "Drive It Like You Stole It"? That's like their 3rd song.
That's another thing too.
Which our fucking 3rd song was like some banging hit that's gonna win the soundtrack award at the Oscars or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
No, totally.
It's Choice Award.
I need to bring it back to how cool the brother's character was. I was like his half brother. That song, the lyrics that he gave were probably like super dope. Like He's like like he was so knowledgeable because he's had a lot of experience, but like he didn't get to execute it for a lot of reasons. You got to remember he came from a broken family too, and like
Oh no.
stable for the main character because he was younger and he got to have like the parents like in the house at a young age, and he had his brother's influence. He had his brother there for him and everything. I think a lot of things happen that way too, like as far as the influence, somebody they could like listen to their records and their opinions. One scene when he repeated basically what his brother had to say.
About Duran.
Yeah, yeah, and middle agree. Like that's something that totally happens, and I think that a lot of people have gotten like influenced and like had like an older sibling, whether it's an older sister or brother, it's like shape a lot of the way that they think, and of course they're gonna be able to do something successful earlier or just do something successful period because they have in a lot of ways a head start because they had someone to show them. Maybe the older brother didn't have anybody to show the way, and he had to put in the hard work and the listening and the appreciation and the learning by himself, like the guitar and all these other things. He it was able to pass that knowledge to his younger kid who's actually
Paved the way.
doing something with it, and there's something like bittersweet about that for the old, like the older. I don't know. I really like not that I related, but I really connected with that character in that sense. Yeah.
He walked so the boy could run,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Mhm.
And he did have that scene in there where he was like, I was a jet engine, right?
Mhm.
I identify as a jet engine. now.
And it was like right when like the brother like kind of called him out as far as like his future and all that whatever, and that's like when he kind of like lost it in a bit, but he had a point to me,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, no, 100%. So beautiful. All right, so I guess we'll wrap it there. As usual, it's fucking 2 out of 10. Like, that is just insane, man.
Why
Chuck,
the movie was stale as fuck. And I mean, if I was a kid, yeah, maybe as a kid, I'm probably giving it a 3 or 4.
a
Granted,
3 or a 4. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I wonder. So, should we see what like Rotten Tomato or anybody else? I know that that's not the end of be all, but like,
Yeah, I think that's a
can
great
we
idea
compare it to
before we
something
wrap. I was
like
just
our
thinking that.
opinions or not really?
I was just thinking that. So let me go on here. Hold on.
Yes, I'm just curious because he did that last week, and I was like, oh, with Whiplash.
Yeah. So let's see. Sing Street. Pulling it up right now. See how wrong Chuck is objectively.
Or how wrong we are.
Yeah, right. 95% Rotten Tomatoes. Okay.
Oh,
Let's see. 95% from the critics, 92% from the audience.
huh.
10,000 plus
Okay.
ratings. Sing Street
All
is a
right.
feel-good musical with huge heart and irresistible optimism, and its charming cast and hummable tunes help to elevate familiar plotting.
Okay.
That's actually kind of what we said.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that to Chuck, that translates to 2 out of 10. Everything you want
Absolutely.
from a
Well,
musical
like
and coming
Whiplash
of age
too.
story. Yeah, right. Same thing with Whiplash, right? It's
Yeah.
just damn, Chuck. It's quite
Whiplash was
underwhelming.
all smash and no flash.
Yeah, right. Let's see if let's find some negative ones. Sing Street is a self-consciously cute film about a sweet Irish cocoon. In other words, a fairy tale.
It's a
That's
movie. What are you
stupid.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up,
Made
retard.
up. Yes, it's made up. It's not
It's me. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Middling film that relies heavily on 1980s nostalgia and unfortunately the racist and male-centric tropes of that decade as well.
Huh.
I didn't get that.
I didn't get that. Yeah, I missed that. I missed the racist part.
this fucking Chinaman woman is gonna come around and call us race. No, I'm just kidding. No.
It was a little weird when the redhead kid 2 times they're like, oh, we got to get the token black guy, so they didn't hide it. Obviously, that was the joke. Unless this reviewer here was saying like, oh, that's racist, and it's like, no, obviously the joke was let's get the black guy.
What was that, Craig?
No, I thought that was inclusive. Even like when they went to knock on the door of the black guy, hey, is this where he lives? And the mom was like, no, he's like four doors down or something like that.
Yeah,
of course, everybody knows where, like, So
it was great.
Which means that they were probably kind of like if they got so much attention that everybody knows they live there, they probably like weren't. There was probably like some racism and everything, but it wasn't from these kids. These kids not trying to include him.
Right. Yeah.
Like, yeah. I don't know.
No, I agree. I agree with you, Greg. That's why I thought was that reviews trying to stir shit, or did that just go over his head and he really thought like, oh, how dare these white script writers?
Well, this is Lele
black guy
who did it. That's what.
We're saying on Lele right now.
Lele is a fucking moron. I'm coming for you, Lele. No.
Coming for you.
Not little. Yeah, right. Coming for you, Rudy. Right. Scenes transparently designed to sweep an audience away with the power of music falter because the songs are weak, but the young cast do look the part.
How old is Anwin Crawford?
Anwin Crawford, I don't know, from Australia. Oh, good day, mate. All right.
Yeah. I thought like especially early on, like some of the songs were strong.
Yeah. I mean, I could kind of understand his review a little bit. Sing Street isn't all bad, but the bad parts are pretty bad.
Yeah, you know what? Okay. That's a good review.
That's something that I could get behind.
Yeah,
it's so bad, but I thought it was good with bad parts in between, like including the ending, including there was some.
Here's this one. In the end, Sing Street may cause you to grimace. It may also inspire you to find your own song. That's actually kind of good.
Yeah. Okay.
There is more to like in Sing Street than there is to hate, but it is the missteps that truly stay with you.
Yeah, but he even said there's more to like than there is to hate.
Yeah. Piffle, really, with guitars.
Piffle? Yeah, it's like...
Go fuck yourself, Antonio.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. Let's see if I can find any more bad ones.
Yeah. Forget all
really.
The good ones. It's so hard to find bad ones. You got to keep next page.
Saccharin.
Well, we don't want any of that. We just want to hear the bad stuff.
Yeah, just to see where even the bad guys here, the bad ones aren't as bad as. Yeah, they're not as bad as 2 out of 10. Like that's insane. Let me see. That's it for bad ones, I think.
Wow,
good one.
Out of the critics, anyway. Let's look at some good ones. It feels like Carney's characters are finally getting the fate they deserve, and not just a demo tape and career prospects. I don't know what. Okay. Total delight from start to finish. Pure joy of making music since We Are the Best, which it shares similarities. Okay, I've never seen We Are the Best.
Me neither.
The authenticity of place and time, the bubbling performances of the team that take center stage, and this almost mythical story of growing into their dreams and the music combined to give us an enthralling time. All right, calm down there, buddy.
Yeah.
This feel-good flick should please musical devotees as well as hopeless romantics everywhere. That's a good review.
Hey, this just popped into my head. So he couldn't afford to get black shoes. Well, he got super stylish eventually throughout the movie. How did that happen, right?
Yeah.
Super cool and everything. Yeah. He got like... Yeah.
Right? Wow, that's actually a good point.
Yeah, I didn't think of that until just now. Wait,
2 out of 10.
To get black shoes, and then like you got super cool, like different like coats and yeah.
Yeah, that makes it unrealistic. Where did he get that stuff?
Yeah, this fucking movie's bullshit. Mills.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So I think this one might actually put it best here. Sing Street is a shaggy, uneven, but undeniably endearing and entertaining film, especially if this was the music of your childhood, as it was mine. It's
Yeah,
actually, I
it's
think, a pretty
definitely
good
a
movie.
nostalgic movie. I can't knock it like for that. Like,
Yeah, but I don't think that made it endearing. It was a charming little film. It wasn't endearing. I didn't love these characters. I didn't feel endeared to the movie, the script, or the characters at all. You
Yeah,
know?
but Chuck, I mean, that it's you, bro. It's
That's no.
you.
like yeah,
Yeah.
like like this comes from Charlie. Like I hate to bring the Sopranos again, but like,
Yeah. Oh my God.
like you don't
Yeah.
like those characters either.
He doesn't like The Sopranos, right? Can you fucking believe?
I
And
like I like a lot of the Sopranos, but no, the characters I like Tony Soprano and all his scenes, except anything
Well,
that has to do with AJ, Meadow.
you've
Uh,
criticized Tony Soprano a lot, saying that he's not realistic, especially since he has to go to like a psychiatrist or
yeah,
psychologist, whatever he went to, to a
and when
shrink.
you went to the shrink, yeah. Oh, he just wanted Tony scenes, just Tony with Tony and mob scenes, right? Anything else was
Which I thought it made his character like more three dimensional.
fleshed out the show. Yeah, no, I dug all that shit. Of course, I love. Oh man, we're just ganging up
it
on.
made me hate it. Yeah.
How dare you? I'm so mad. I'm gonna put this. Like, I'm gonna end up with a scarlet letter on this dude. No, but yeah. All right. So, any final thoughts here?
No, nothing really. Final thought, not to reflect on this movie anyway.
No. Yeah. That's pretty much
Like
it.
I would never watch that again, if I didn't have to.
Okay. You, however, Greg, would at least watch it with your kid. Or recommend it to your kid to watch it for himself.
I will recommend it to my kid. Like I like it enough, and I think that he will like it more than me. I like him.
Okay.
Like I think he will relate with a lot of things, a lot of scenes. Yeah, I think it showed a little bit of like how to like write songs. Oh, that part where like, oh no, like you have to write songs. And like, oh, but I don't know how to. The older one's like, no, it's perfect. Like
Yeah.
yeah, that's
You
it.
have to know.
Yeah, yeah,
You have to know how to not play.
yeah. You don't have those blocks because it blocks you when you like. If you start studying a lot of conversation, like at a young age, again, I'm not knocking like studying all these things because they open you up too. But I think they open you up after you start creating, anyways. You get me?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's another thing that the older brother I thought had like was like right on, and it was like even realistic in a lot of ways. The important thing is to write, and the important is to start, and the important thing is like even if this is not as good, well, this is better than covering a song. Like what I mean? Like it'll take you like further, whatever. Yeah, you could play this like wedding. He had the example. The guitar player had the example of his parents or whoever it was that had like the wedding band.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Because
that's
wedding
cool.
band, he was a cover band.
But like that's not gonna, you're gonna feel unfulfilled. Even
I didn't make that connection.
it was like you didn't have the balls to kind of like go and write it and go and and it's a huge risk. It's a bigger risk, but it's with great risk comes great rewards. Or this,
Yeah.
no. So, the movie. Yeah, I'm just thinking of more like last thoughts. I really want to like this movie. I wanted to rate it more, but there was a lot of scenes like that. Reviewer said that there were a few scenes that were just like it
was
felt
so
bad.
bad they were bad. Yeah.
But overall, I think this. Yeah, I will rewatch it with my son. If it's playing somewhere that I'm at in the TV, I'm like, oh, it's that movie and everything. Like yeah. Overall, I thought it was good. Like a 6. Like yeah. Not far from a classic. Far like
Right.
I won't be kind of like asking to like, oh, like yeah, I want to watch this movie and kind of thing. Even though I will watch it again with my son, or I'll watch it if somebody puts it. Like it's not like I would be asking for it kind of thing. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
All right. Well, yeah, and I guess I would kind of go with the same vibe. I dug it. You know, a 7 out of 10. I think maybe I'll watch it one more time in my life, but after everything is said and done, yeah, 7 out of 10, middle of the road, better than average, better than average. I think you'll have fun with this movie. You know, especially if you're a fan of like 80s music and stuff like that, or you know, you have fond memories of the 80s. This might tickle your fancy. So, uh, with that, guys, don't leave after I sign out. Just say where you are. But guys, God bless. Hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment. Put some movies in there that maybe you want us to watch, and if they're good and non-pornographic, we might be able to do a show on those. All right. So, uh,